Inuwi na sa kanilang probinsya sa Nueva Ecija ang napatay na sundalo sa engkwentro sa Sulu kahapon. Samantala, inaasahan naman ang positibong resulta ng operasyon ng AFP kontra terorismo sa Mindanao sa mga darating na araw. Ito ang balita ni Dante Amento.
Isang pagpupugay ang ibinigay ng Armed Forces of the Philippines Western Mindanao Command kay Corporal Nemesis Salviejo sa Edwin Andrews Air Base kanina. Si Salviejo ay miyembro ng 6th Special Forces Battalion na napatay sa engkwentro kontra Abu Sayyaf Group sa Patikul, Sulu kahapon. Mula sa Zamboanga City, ini-airlift ang mga labi nito sa Villamor Air Base at mula doon ay dadalhin naman sa kanyang probinsya sa Nueva Ecija. Bukod kay Corporal Salviejo, sugatan din sa nangyaring engkwentro sina Sergeant Alan Bambino, Sergeant Wilfredo Flores at Private First Class Ronan Dave Mapa. Nagtamo ang mga ito ng minor injuries dahil sa tama ng shrapnel sa 20 minutong bakbakan. Kasalukuyang nagpapagaling ang mga ito sa Kuta General Chodolfo Bautista Hospital sa Busbus, Holo, Sulu.
Yun nga, nakakalungkot dahil again we have casualties. Meron tayong isang nasawi at 3 sugatan, but we're looking at the effect of this continuing operation against the Abu Sayyaf Group.
Samantala, ayon sa AFP Westmencom, inaasahan ang positibong operasyon kontra terorismo. Kabilang narito ang laban sa Abu Sayyaf sa mga probinsya ng Basilan, Sulu at Tawi-Tawi, Bangsamoro Islamic Freedom Fighters sa Central Mindanao at iba pang lawless armed groups.
Tuloy-tuloy lahat yung ginagawa natin. And after that command conference, we're expecting more results. Base na rin sa instruction ng commander natin.
Dante Amento, UNTV, News and Rescue, Zamboanga City.
Na-recover ng Philippine National Police at Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency Caraga ang 40 bloke ng hinihinalang cocaine sa baybayin ng Isidro, Siargao Island. Patuloy pang iniimbestigahan ng mga otoridad ang pinagmulan nito. Mula sa Butuan City, ito ang balita ni Raymond Octobre, live. Yes, Raymond, go ahead.
Yes, Angela, 13 pang bloke ng hinihinalang cocaine ang natagpuan ng mga tauhan ng Siargao Police at Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency sa baybayin ng Barangay Pacifico sa lungsod ng San Isidro, Siargao Island ngayong araw. Angela, dagdag ito sa 27 bloke na na-recover ng din kahapon ng mga otoridad sa lugar, kaya sa kabuuan ay 40 bloke na ang kanilang nakuha. Nakabalot sa trapal at fishing net ang na-recover na mga bloke ng cocaine. Ayon sa San Isidro Police, bukod sa mga report na natatanggap nila galing sa komunidad, ay nagsagawa rin sila ng shoreline patrol sa lugar.
Actually, may mga prior reports na yung galing sa dinagat, so nagabang lang kami. Minubulis namin yung police, makaano sila ng presence ng mga suspected cocaine sa shoreline.
Angela, sa taya ng PNP Caraga, nagkakahalaga ang nasabat na droga ng higit 200 milyong piso. Ayon sa PNP, wala pa silang lead kung saan nagmula ang illegal na droga.
Sa ngayon, under investigation pa.
Angela, dahil sa pangyayari ay naka-alerto ngayon ang buong Surigao del Norte Police Provincial Office sa lahat ng baybayin sa Siargao Island. Balik sa iyo, Angela.
Maraming salamat sa iyo, Raymond Octobre, live sa Butuan City.
And for the news abroad, at least 40 Indian paramilitary police have been killed in a bomb attack by militants on their convoy in Indian-administered Kashmir. Kath Dumaraos has this news.
A suicide car bomber rammed a bus carrying Indian police officers in Kashmir on Thursday, killing at least 30 of them in a major attack on security forces in the disputed region that could raise tension with Pakistan. The Pakistan-based Islamist militant group Jaish-e-Mohammed claimed responsibility for the attack on a convoy of the Central Reserve Police Force on Jammu and Kashmir's main highway, a local news agency said. Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi said in a tweet that he strongly condemned the dastardly attack, The sacrifices of the brave security personnel shall not go in vain, and the entire nation stands shoulder to shoulder with the families of the brave martyrs. Kashmir is a Muslim-majority region at the heart of decades of hostility between India and Pakistan, which both claim the entire territory as theirs while ruling part of it. Indian forces have sporadically battled Islamist militants in mountainous Kashmir since an armed revolt in 1989, in which tens of thousands were killed, but car bombings are rare. Kat Dumaraos, UNTV News and Rescue.
U.S. President Donald Trump will declare a national emergency to fund his planned border wall with Mexico. Clarence Shaughnessy has this story.
President Donald Trump will sign a border security bill to avert another government shutdown, but also declare a national emergency to obtain funds for his promised U.S.-Mexico border wall, the top Senate Republican said on Thursday, February 14. In an attempt to bypass Congress to get the money that lawmakers have denied him for his wall, Trump appeared headed toward triggering a swift court challenge from Democrats on constitutional grounds. The bipartisan legislation would provide more than $300 billion to fund the Department of Homeland Security and a range of other federal agencies through September 30th, the end of current fiscal year. Funding is due to expire for those agencies on Friday. The Senate approved the legislation with a vote of 83-16, which does not contain the money Trump demanded for the wall, but does contain money for other border security measures. The bill will then move to the Democratic-controlled House of Representatives before going to Trump, who triggered a 35-day-long shutdown of about a quarter of the federal government with his December demand for $5.7 billion to help build a portion of the wall. In denying him that money, Congress has blocked Trump from carrying through one of his key 2016 campaign pledges. The legislation would also fund the Justice Department, Commerce Department, State Department, Department of Agriculture, Internal Revenue Service, and others, covering roughly 800,000 federal workers. Failure to enact the bill would shutter many programs, from national parks maintenance and air traffic controller training programs to the collection and publication of important data from financial markets for the second time this year. The border bill would provide $1.37 billion in new money to help build 55 miles of new physical barrier on the border. It is the same level of funding Congress appropriated for border security measures last year, including barriers but not concrete walls. Clarence Shaughnessy, UNTV News and Rescue, USA.
Some 4.5 tons of trash were pulled from the shores of the Galapagos Islands in just 7 days as workers and volunteers worked to clean up the islands and the Galapagos National Park that covers 97% of the islands. Officials said most of the trash was plastic and that it has washed up on the islands after months or even years floating at sea. Most of the trash originated in South and Central America, but authorities said they were alarmed to discover a large amount of plastic they believe drifted across the Pacific Ocean all the way from Asia. Park officials say microplastics that wash up on the shores here enter the food chain when smaller animals ingest the plastics and are then later eaten by other animals or even humans living on the islands. 2019 marks 60 years since the Galapagos National Park was established in 1959. Amazon has said it will not build the new headquarters in New York, citing fierce opposition from state and local politicians. James Buntuyan reports.
Amazon.com Incorporated said Thursday, February 14, it will not move forward with plans to build a headquarters in New York City after rising opposition from local politicians. The company said it will not reopen the search process at this time. The company had begun considering alternatives last week. The online retailer has not yet acquired any land for the project, which would make it easy to scrap its plans. Amazon had announced it would create 25,000 jobs and build one of two new headquarters based in the Long Island City neighborhood in the borough of Queens, just across the East River from Manhattan. The proposal ran into opposition from local politicians who opposed the $2.8 billion in incentives promised to Amazon in a deal secretly negotiated by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo and New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio. The company said for Amazon, The commitment to build a new headquarters requires positive, collaborative relationships with state and local elected officials who will be supportive over the long term. James Bontuyan, UNTV News and Rescue, USA.
Nagsisilbing atraksyon ngayon sa summer capital ng bansa ang naggagandahang garden landscape. Ito ang balita ni Grace Doctolero.
Kilala ang Baguio City sa mga magagandang tanawin at tourist spots at dahil sa ganda ng klima dito, kapansin-pansin rin ang mayabong at mayaman nitong flora and fauna. Kaya naman hindi nakapagtataka na dito ginaganap ang taunang Panagbunga Festival.
Bilang bahagi ng aktibidad para sa Flower Festival, nagsisilbi ngayong atraksyon sa summer capital ang mga naggagandahang garden landscape.
Tampok sa Baguio Blooms Exhibition and Exposition sa Burnham Park ang mga naggagandahang halaman na inaayos batay sa isang disenyo. Patok na patok ngayon ito sa mga bisita at turistang mahilig mag-selfie o groovy.
Very Cordilleran and nagpapakita ng creativity as a creative city ang Baguio City. Nakita naman natin na much better ngayon, level up ang landscape ngayon and truly competition talaga.
Maganda to mga kukulay. Yung mga design nila. Po may doyan siya, tapos pwede po magpahinga doon.
So all in all, sa mga nakita po namin, okay naman po. Maganda siya and pinapakita niya po talaga yung kasi nga 'di ba panagbunga. So lahat about yun sa sa mga bulaklak, sa mga ganyan. So maging cautious tayo sa ating environment.
Kanya-kanyang pasiklaban ang 14 na exhibitors kabilang ang Baguio Landscapers Association, Baguio Orchidarium at La Trinidad Orchidariums. Aabot naman sa mahigit 40 entry ang magtatagisan sa open, carpet of flowers at vertical garden category.
Trying to show Baguio na talagang ang natin, ang cultures and traditions natin dapat hindi mawas out. Actually, itong bahay na yan, yun ang original na, yung copy ng original ng Native House po.
Gusto ko pong maipakita yung nalalaman ko, pakita sa mga viewers na kahit na ganito meron naman tayong maipakita na magandang landscape.
Ayon pa sa City Tourism Committee, pinaghahandaan nilang mabuti ang event ngayong taon upang lalo pang ma-enjoy ng mga bisita ang month-long celebration ng 24th Panagbunga Festival. Kabilang sa mga aabangan pang aktibidad ay ang Philippine Military Academy Alumni Homecoming ngayong weekend at ang Grand Street at Float Parade sa March 2 at 3. Grace Doctolero, UNTV News and Rescue, Baguio City.
Happy weekend! Happy weekend sa ating mga kasambahan.
Sa PBA legend.
Oo. Return of the Rivals. Yan, this Sunday na po. Kita-kits tayo dyan. At yan ang naging kabuuan ng ating balitaan ngayong gabi. Aming inilahad ng buong katapatan kung paano namin nasaksihan.
Kayo'y makapagtitiwala na ang aming nakita at narinig ang aming ibinabalita. Magandang gabi.